Organ donation is believed to be one of the most generous things a person can do. But unless you're suicidal, it's probably one of the most stupidest things you can do. Give me a few minutes and I'll explain why. I'm Sanchez and you're watching Uncommon Conspiracies. Cue the intro! Still don't have an intro. Let's look at the first heart transplant that ever happened in history. It happened in 1967 in South Africa by a doctor named Christian Barnard. Now you might not have heard of the second heart transplant. It occurred 3 days later in America, in Brooklyn, New York, because America, not to be outdone by another country, had to up the ante a little bit. It sounds a little bit familiar, doesn't it? Oh yeah, Sputnik. The Russians launched a satellite into orbit and America's response is, oh hell no. You wanna launch your little satellite into orbit? That's cool. We're gonna be the first ones to put an American on the moon, homie. And that really happened. So the second heart transplant that happened in America 3 days later after the first in Brooklyn, New York. What they did is they took the heart out of a 3-day-old baby who had mental retardation and they implanted it into an 18-day-old baby who they felt was more worthy of living than the other. And at the end of the operation, both babies were dead. Not only was this completely immoral, it was also illegal. So what did they do? Did they rethink the whole process of playing God and deciding who lives and who dies? No, they went to Harvard, who started a committee. So what Harvard did is they created a bunch of new terms that would moralize the whole process. They gave us irreversible coma, and then they gave us beyond coma, and then eventually they gave us cerebral death, which was later to be known today as brain death. What you need to understand is that the organ donation industry is a multi-billion-dollar industry. It's actually bigger than the abortion industry. Okay, so that means there has to be a lot of organs for this industry to even exist. Because if there's no organs, there's no industry. Try Googling brain death and finding a case before 1968. You won't find it. And the reason you won't find it is because it didn't exist. And brain death still doesn't exist. It's just something that the almighty Harvard just created out of thin air. Let me tell you what brain death really is. Brain death is brainwashing of you. Early on in the whole organ donation process, they ran into a little bit of a problem, which is they would start cutting into these brain dead people and they would find that these brain dead people were actually not dead at all. They would actually move around and start twitching when they were getting cut into. What was the solution to this problem? They started to strap these people down. And eventually they got to the point where they started giving them a paralyzing agent.
Doctor, heart rate's rising.
There's a John Hopkins study that was done that found that most people that have their organs taken from them, they monitor their heart rate and they monitor their blood pressure.
What's his blood pressure?
BP 138/92.
And guess what? The heart rate goes up, the blood pressure goes up as well. These people are aware of what's going on. They just can't move. Still having trouble believing that brain death is not actual real death? Check this video out. And by the way, this is a little bit of a graphic video, so if you don't like blood or anything like that, I would turn away for a moment and I'll tell you when you look back. Here's a video of a person who is an organ donor, has been pronounced brain dead, and as you can see in the video, they cut him open and lo and behold, look, there is a heart. It's a beating heart. It's a beating heart just like your heart, just like my heart. And it's horrifying to think that there's a possibility that this person is getting cut into is completely aware of what's going on and can feel everything. Okay, you can look back now.
What? Am I supposed to be asleep right now?
Everyone ready to get started here?
I can still hear you.
What's the matter?
I don't know if I can do this.
Do not get paranoid. Just inject the heart. In an hour, he'll be dead and we'll be rich.
Wait. What?
See, all these laws are set up to get your organs. Let's talk about the Uniform Anatomical Gift Act. Now, this act presumes that everyone is an organ donor. And check this out. The language inside the Uniform Anatomical Gift Act was changed in 2006. It used to say after death, and now it says near death. Now, I don't know about you, but near death to me sounds like you're not dead, but you're still alive. Call me a conspiracy theorist.
I'm not dead. Yeah, he says he's not dead. Yes, he is. I'm not.
No one is safe. This makes me mad. This should make you mad. Knowing that you can get into a car accident, bang your head, end up in a coma, you're in the hospital, they get dollar signs in their eyeballs, they declare you brain dead, and before you know it, you got the dude from Short Circuit trying to take your organs so he can make a bunch of money. Which is really hypocritical if you think about it. Because in Short Circuit, wasn't the dude trying to spend the entire movie preventing the disassembling of a robot named Johnny Five? And look at him now.
Goodbye, Benjamin.
You've changed, Benjamin. You've changed, man.
Thank
You know, this is eye-opening to a lot of people, Dr. Byrne. I mean, to me, having been involved in organ donation on the pro side for so long, I can't believe these are questions I never asked. I can't believe it.
Now, if you happen to be in a position where your loved one is in the hospital and they are in a coma and they're being pronounced brain dead, you'll get a little visit from an organ procurement agent. These agents remind me of those sleazy, scumbaggy guys that go to bars and nightclubs and they're looking for emotionally distraught women. And when they find that one girl that's like, I just broke up with my boyfriend of 4 years, he cheated on me. And they're just like, oh my God, it's so messed up. I would never. But inside they're really like, ew. Those girls are in no emotional condition to make rational decisions. And we will take advantage of that. I mean the scumbag guys will take advantage of that. Not me. I would never do that. In the same way, these organ procurement agents, they come in there and they just know that the family is in a horrible emotional state, and they're going to take advantage of that. They're going to try and get you to sign these paperwork. They're going to make you feel guilty, or they're going to give you the bright side. Hey, well, you know, you can give life in this horrible traumatic event that's going on. It's all BS. They're just trying to get your loved one's organs. Okay, so what to do? Well, I mean, if you've said yes to being an organ donor at the DMV, I would definitely recommend going back and revoking that. That's what I'm going to do. It's funny because the DMV does record if you say yes to that, but if you say no, there's no record. Your no just goes into outer space, like, because of this act that passed. It doesn't matter if you say no, you're still a yes. You can document your refusal. You can go to lifeguardianfoundation.com, and on that website, they can give you a card, which is a refusal card. The simplest thing you can do is tell people about this information. Tell your friends, tell your family. Share this video, share it on Facebook, and just get the word out there so that the people who are closest to you know what's going on. Or if your family is too hard-headed or your parents are too bicep to understand what you're saying, the best thing you can do in this situation is get a healthcare power of attorney. With a healthcare power of attorney, you can assign one person to make all your decisions for you if you happen to be in this situation. Now, I don't want to end this video on a bad note. I do want to say one good thing about the organ donation industry.
In fact, the organ donor's family is never charged for donating.
Oh, so you're basically telling us that you're gonna lie to us, tell us our family member's dead, and take their organs and then kill them in the organ taking process, make millions of dollars, and you're not gonna charge us for it? Wow, thank you. That's the video, you guys. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe, and I hope you watch the next one.